Hello YouTube! So patch 11.2 season 3 of The War Within is out, and there is a scramble right now to get characters as geared up as you possibly can, and I am opting to play 10-ish classes this season. We're gonna see how it goes. But I've got many freshly dinged characters that are at like 400 item level, and I want to show you how I'm very quickly getting them geared up. To show you how quickly I am gearing, here is a VOD from yesterday where I was 602 item level on this character, and within under 2 hours, legitimately, I gained 70 item levels, okay? And there's still plenty more that I can do. So I want to show you this. It's going to be a little bit scuffed in how I'm just telling you, maybe not showing you so much, but this is how I'm doing it. So, there are some major things you can do. I think one of the most important ones is that if you are a fresh dinged character, or if you have reputation that you have yet unclaimed, then you should do that as a priority. So, these key vendors, there's 2 here in Dornagal. Technically, there is the Dornagal rep vendor here, and then there is the Ringing Deeps vendor, which you can technically go there to talk to, or just come to Dornagal and both vendors are here, right? But there's also one in Halfall, in the tent, in one of the tents here in Merildar. There's also one in Ashkahet, right here in the Weaver's Lair. So you talk to all 4 of these reputation people, and they will have quests for you that give you crests, Valor Stones, and also, really importantly, keys for delves. So I already have 6 keys this season for next week, and this is a fresh dinged character. I also am way over the cap. You can see that these crests here don't count towards this season cap. I gained over 300 ethereal crests yesterday on this character, and then I also got my free 90. Same with this here. You can see how have I got a total of 85, but the season maximum is at 55 out of 90, because these don't count toward the season max. So it's free crests, which you can then use to craft 675 gear. Very, very easily. So I'll show you how to do that. Follow me. So I've crafted, so it's 30 crests per craft. You can see it's a little bit scuffed. I still don't have some things gemmed. I don't have my belt gemmed. We'll get onto that soon. But you can see I've got a lot of 675 crafted gear. So let's go look at that very quickly. If you go to a crafting vendor, you can see here. So first, so this enchanted crest person, these are the crests that you're buying. It's going to allow you to craft gear from 662 to 675. You want to buy these, okay? Because these are pretty much all going to be useless crests starting next week, because we're going to get access to the better crests. You're going to have infinite farms with Mythic Plus. You're going to be doing weekly 10s, all that kind of stuff, so it's not too much of a stress. So the gear you're looking to craft is the blue gear. For cloth, it's called Pioneers. It might also be for the other types as well. But you just have to put in one of these crests, which will then set the minimum item level to 662, and you want to put in a missive. That's all. Then you can make it a public order, or if you know a guy, personal order, you can rank 5 it, and this will send it up to 675. If you get unlucky, it might be 671. I've got a couple pieces that ended up being 671, like my chest piece, and I CBA to recraft them for the extra 4 item levels, but you can. The next major thing is getting a weapon. Now, you can get a guaranteed 691 over here in Donegal. So this is really cool, because if you already did this last season, then you don't have to do it again. But getting a 5 mask complete in the Void thing, the Corrupty thing, what is it called? Horrific Visions, is going to get you a 668, which you can then upgrade with crest to 691. So make sure you save some crest for this. It's going to take a lot of Valor as well, but it's worth it because, again, you can infinitely farm Valor, so it's not the end of the world. But you can only equip 1 item, so if you are a, intellect weapon and an offhand or something like that, be careful because you can only equip 1 of these. So don't buy an one-hand and an offhand because you'll get stuck. So be very careful. Buy a two-hand weapon, regardless of your class, just to get some 691 item level. Now, you can technically, if you already have a 684 weapon, you can probably save this step until last, because a Horrific Vision 5 mask might take you anywhere from 10 minutes to a couple hours, depending on how comfortable you are with them and also how much prep work you've done on it before. But you can get a 684 weapon, or at least a veteran track weapon, I should say, from other activities, from delves, from Mythic Zeros is a big one. So hang on to that. I wouldn't rush that one unless you're like me, where you're getting a 100 item level upgrade on your weapon, in which case this is super important. If you can get a friend to boost you, that's what I did. Really, really helpful. Saves you some time. The next thing you're going to want to do is grab your overclocked belt, if you haven't done that already. From this little Titan console here, there's going to be quests. It's going to give you a 691 belt, which is going to be BIS for a lot of specs for a good portion of this patch, maybe at least the first week or two, until you get something better. Some specs are going to keep it on for the full patch. You can get it at 691, and then you can do subsequent delves to upgrade it. I know some of you are thinking, yeah, but Psy, there's no overcharge delves. That's okay. The quest has changed. You just need to do any delve. Now, you're going to be doing delves anyway, because you're going to want to fill up your vault. You want 8 vaults, or 8 tier 8 delves done for your vault. This is going to give you a 694 heroic track vault next week, and it's going to drop heroic track loot. So it's really, really good. This could be tier piece or even a really solid trinket or weapon to give you a nice kickstart at the beginning of the patch. You're also going to want 8 Mythic Zero dungeons. This is slightly lower track. I think this is top-end veteran, I think it's going to be. So it's going to be 691 capped. So you're not really going to be able to upgrade any of this. But if you get lucky with a tier piece, you're at least helping support the fact that you might get 4 set next week, or at least 2 set. Because you got to think about the catalyst that we're going to get. So 8 Mythic Zeros. Now, the way the Mythic Zeros are going to work is there are only 6 Mythic Zeros in the pool right now. We don't have Gambit or Streets. So you have to run one of the other delves an extra 2 times. I would recommend Ecodome. It's really, really quick. If you have a really good tank and a good route, you can do it in like 8 minutes a run. So that's really, really quite quick. You can also just get some really solid Mythic Zero loot. And just dungeons in general. I mean, if you just look to farm these, they're dropping on Heroic, which you can just queue for. 665 base, and Adventure is really easy to upgrade. I think you just need Valor Stones, but don't quote me on that. I haven't actually grabbed any myself, but I think you might just need low level, like just Valor and some low level crests. You might not even need the crests. Even normal dungeons drop 639, so that's really, really good too. And then when you do your Mythic Zeros, 681, and you can get some pretty delicious trinkets if you're lucky. So that's the belt, that's crafting. What else we got? The cape, the Reshi wraps. Do the campaign. The campaign is going to start in here from one of the dudes here. You'll see him. Hello, Khadgar. I wish you well on your recovery. We go through to Koresh. Now, if you do the full campaign on your main, you're going to get your cape, and then you're going to want to get the cape on all of your ults. So be very, very careful here. You have to accept that initial quest, and you have to carry on through here to Tazavesh's Veiled Market. Once you do that on this new character, on this fresh ult, then there should be a dude here who's gonna talk to you. Don't accept the next quest. Don't turn in the next quest. Talk to the four-legged guy, okay? He's been expecting you. He will allow you to skip the steps, and then it will teleport you back to Donegal for some weird reason, but then you fly here, and there's going to be a quest to get your cape. It's where you got it on your main, it's where you get it on all of your ults. The cape is going to upgrade account-wide, so it, for me, is already 707, and it's maxed out. Speaking of which, with the cape, you can also get an improved gem slot if you want. Go to the crafting table and look for the fibers, and you can get an extra 500 stat on whatever you're wanting, and just get somebody to craft it for you. You can public order it, and somebody will do that. Now, there's also the world boss. The world boss won't appear for me here, unfortunately, because I've already killed it this week. You are guaranteed 1 piece of Warbound loot from the world boss each week. You still can technically get more, but it's not guaranteed. So it depends how much time do you want to spend farming these world bosses for sort of RNG. Is it going to be plate? Is it going to be cloth loot? When you could just do it once, get the guaranteed loot, and then go and do other activities. Depends how much free time you've got. So, there's also... What else we got? So that's a lot of where you're going to get upgrades. Here, there's also all of your sort of like blue weekly quests, which you're going to get in Donegal. That's not a good example. But there are all, I think I've completed a lot of them, but there are a lot of blue quests in Donegal, which are going to give you keys and also give you some decent quality loot. I think it can drop veteran track as well, I believe. I'm trying to remember exactly what I got from it. Then, if you want, you can also, like, if you just want to build up a very, very base level of gear, or you want to fish for more Warbound gear, these Nightfall events are still active in this daily quest here, which you can do. You get a chest from the Nightfall event, which gives you some gear. That's, I believe, is Warbound. I could be wrong, it might be character specific, but you get Warbound loot from this event, and the quests that you can do here, there's a couple that you get each day, and you can get some solid item level loot from that. I can't remember exactly what track it is. It might be veteran as well, so please don't quote me on it. That, to me, is how I've been gearing. And literally, in a couple hours, I had a friend help me in a Horrific Vision. Okay, sure. I had a friend help me in one Mythic Zero. That was it. And then everything else was just crafting, getting the belt, getting the cloak, and you should be good. Let me see, is there any auction house gear that you can also pick up? I'm just gonna check. Cloth, let's just see. What's like max gear? Okay, so you can, if you've got a lot of gold, you can just go buy a complete base 640 item level loot set for every character if you wanted to. 649 here. So you can buy this gear if you really, really want to, but you're then going to have to go craft some stuff anyway, depending on if you have the reputation thing. If you don't have the reputation thing, I would probably just buy gear here from the auction house, and then go and work on your cloak, work on your belt, try and get into some heroic dungeons, and then you can start finding, climbing your Mythic Zeros and your delves in sync. That's everything I've got for you in terms of speed gearing. I hope this has been a nice overview for you guys. Like I say, I'm going to be gearing up like 10 different characters, so yeah, come check me out live. You're going to see me doing all this stuff in real time, and it's really, really fun. I'm learning a lot of specs, learning a lot of classes. I don't know if anyone cares, but I'm going to be playing Feral as my main, as always. Probably playing some balance if it's fun still. I liked it last season. I don't know how it's going to be this season. Some changes, didn't really like. I don't know. Windwalker is insanely fun. Survival Hunter, insanely fun, and then I want to play a lot of Shadow and Sass, some Frost DK, that kind of thing. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Take care. See you again.